This is day 43 in the Gaza-Israel war, and I'm Yair Pinto reporting to you from Israel. As the fighting in the Gaza Strip continues, the biggest advancement that the IDF made in recent days was due to the rain. In recent days, the skies opened up and poured down on Israel and the Gaza Strip. In the beginning, it was believed that this rain will harm the Israeli maneuvers inside Gaza because it makes it harder for the tanks and other armored vehicles to drive in muddy soil. But what actually happened was that due to the large amounts of water that poured down and entered the terror tunnels of Hamas, multiple Hamas terrorists drowned while hiding inside underground bunkers, while other terrorists escaped the flooding in the tunnels and sought shelter inside Hamas buildings that revealed their locations to the IDF that was monitoring from the sky. After multiple Hamas buildings were identified, the IDF easily destroyed these particular locations and neutralized multiple Hamas terrorists in the northern part of the Gaza Strip. During operations that were conducted by IDF special forces in the city of Gaza in order to create a long-term base of operations that will support the IDF forces that are maneuvering inside Gaza in their attempts to destroy Hamas, the IDF uncovered an underground terror tunnel 20 meters below the street level. In order to neutralize the threat of the tunnel, the IDF sent 2 drones. The first one exploded on the blast door that was defending the terrorists within, while the second one entered deep into the tunnel and exploded on the terrorists, neutralizing them. Yesterday morning, IDF forces conducted an operation to capture a military base belonging to the Palestinian Islamic Jihad, which is a terror organization that operates alongside Hamas inside the Gaza Strip and is supported directly from Iran. In this location, IDF forces uncovered a weapons manufacturing facility that created weapons, missiles, and other training capabilities in order to equip the terrorists of Hamas and the Islamic Jihad in their attempts against Israel. A demi-tank was found inside this facility that was used in order to train the terrorists on how to capture Israeli tanks. During the fights, an RPG rocket was fired towards the IDF forces that were capturing the command position of the Palestinian Islamic Jihad. This rocket was fired towards the troops from a nearby courtroom that is located very close to another hospital inside the Gaza Strip. It became very easy for IDF forces to locate the areas from which Hamas is operating inside the Gaza Strip and where it is holding its weapons and other ammunitions and military capabilities. All the IDF needs to do is look in hospitals, mosques, kindergartens, schools, and any other civilian buildings that are recognized by the international community as areas that you are not allowed to attack during a war. That's how Hamas is operating. Following the attacks that were conducted against IDF troops from the courtroom, the IDF was able to identify and neutralize the threat using a helicopter that destroyed the terrorists in that location. After 12 hours of fighting, the IDF was able to capture that Hamas base of operation and weapons factory. In the northern front with Lebanon, the fighting still continues as IDF forces are striking down Hezbollah's locations from which its operatives are carrying out attacks against Israeli territory, civilians, and IDF forces. This fighting is long, and I call on all of you to join Israel in prayers. Please pray for the families that are staying home and are waiting for their loved ones to come home to them. If it's a son that is serving in the IDF, if it's a husband or a father that was called to IDF reserve duty, and they do not know when and if he will come home safely. This is a very hard situation to live in, and the entire country of Israel is dealing with this uncertainty for 42 days so far. But I will tell you this, none of us will want to go back to our normal life before we know that the IDF restored the security to Israel by destroying the threat of Hamas. So please join us in prayer for the situation, and please share this video and what is actually going on in Israel with your friends, your families, and your representatives, so that the IDF can keep fighting in order to destroy Hamas and release our hostages. And pray for the peace of Jerusalem.